When one's mind is made up, it diminishes fear. When you are tired of sitting back and not doing what you want to do, pretty soon there comes a point where you just jump off the porch and just get right to it. You can take a break, but just don't quit. What's up with it? How y'all doing? It's your boy Eddie Steady 214, and we are back with Eddie's World. Yeah, it's good to take a break if you need to. Take a break, work on yourself. That's what I've been doing. Getting myself mentally prepared for this because man, it's a long journey, and I'm thinking it's a sprint when really it's a marathon. Knowing that, I still let stuff get to me, and that's why I haven't been doing this. But like I say, it's always good to take a break, but just never quit. And if you can't beat what you want to do, like fear is a big thing. If you can't do what you want to do, if you can't be feared, then do it scared. And that's where I'm at now. Fear is a four-letter word, but man, it's powerful. And I had a lot of fear thoughts. Felt like I was wasting my time, you know. And once you feel like you're wasting your time, it's like, man, why am I really doing this? But really, that's the wrong mindset to have. I realized that. And, fear can cripple you. It can make you feel like you can't do something when your legs are working perfectly fine. And doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. I realized that. And that's why I say you got to jump back off the porch and get to it. Um, I know I'm not the only one, but at the same time, maybe I can help somebody else that's feeling the same way. If you got dreams and goals, go at it with all you got. And sometimes we get distracted. Sometimes we get, you know, we feel like you're doing this for nothing. You're wasting your time, and nobody wants to feel like they're wasting their time because time is one of the things that we feel like we need the most, but we also waste the most without even realizing it. Everybody gets 24 hours in a day, but you'd be surprised how much you waste in a day with those 24 hours. Um, I was scared to fail. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like every time I post a video, it's supposed to do good. I'm supposed to do good numbers. You know what I'm saying? Just starting this, and after a while, it got to me. It's like I started feeling like this is more of a waste of time than actually being beneficial to me when I was totally wrong. If you got goals and something you try to achieve, don't look at numbers. Do not look at numbers. It's not it. If you got some goals you're trying to do, numbers is not going to help you. You got to follow your heart and not, you know, what you see because faith is not by sight. So long as you have faith, you don't have to see the numbers. You know what's coming to you. The most successful people knew they was going to be successful. It just took a while for it to come. You know, I look at Thomas Edison. Some of the biggest motivation anybody can use is Thomas Edison, man. This dude, when they asked him, it took him over 10,000 times to make the light bulb, you know. And when they asked him about 10,000 times he done failed, he simply said, I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways that didn't work. And that's how you got to look at things. Also, while you go on, you're also getting stronger. You're also building up um, resiliency. You're building up um, strength, mental strength. Also, when you know something, can't nobody tell you nothing different. If you know what's coming to you in the future, who can tell you anything different? If you're gonna be successful, you don't need permission. Um, but yeah, I was scared to waste time. Time is what we want most, but we waste the most. And the truth is, if you don't risk, if you don't risk anything in life, you risk more. I realize that. So stop listening to your mind. I had to stop listening to them little thoughts in your mind telling you you're wasting your time and don't do this. Do it anyway. You know, if this is what you want to do, do it anyway. You only get one chance at this. If there's some kind of goal or something that you got your mind on, do it. That's what you're here for. You never realize what you can do in life until you do it. And there's so many different ways and words you can rephrase that to. But one finds limits by pushing themselves. You find limits by finding them, by pushing. You know what they say? Not everyone who caught the zebra chased it, but he who chased it caught it. You know, um, I've mistaken wasting time with being consistent, growing, and wanting to have microwave success when really overnight success is going to leave overnight. It came overnight, it's going to leave overnight. Um, Build yourself up, get used to this, get just like lifting weights or whatever, just get the reps. Just like being at work, you do the same thing over and over. Pretty soon, you know the place like the back of your hand. That same kind of stuff. Being consistent, also having gratitude along the way, and don't ever realizing how far along you done came, and just having gratitude. Always give yourself credit for taking them steps. You can't, climb the staircase with one big huge step. You got to take little bitty steps in order to get there to the top. They also say you get the best view by climbing the biggest mountain. You know what I mean? The best view comes from climbing the biggest mountain. So, I'm back, man. But like I say, get them little thoughts in your mind that discourage you. It's okay. Work for a cause, not for applause. That's what I had to tell myself, man. And that's exactly what I was looking for. I'm looking for views. I'm looking for people. When it wasn't coming, I felt like I was wasting my time. But simply, you got to work for a cause, not for applause. Work for what makes you happy. And don't look for happiness in other people defined in you. Your worth it's not determined by somebody's inability to see it. You know what I mean? Success is what happens after you survived all your mistakes. I got to keep telling myself that. Success comes to those who are so busy that they're not looking for it. I realize that also. You look at somebody like Elon Musk. I could say a whole bunch of names, but I'm just gonna say him for example. This dude is always working in his lab. The guy that Mark Zuckerberg, always working in his lab. I hear the dude had a bulletproof office. A bulletproof office. The only room in his house that's bulletproof is his office. That's a guy who is determined to work. When bullets is flying, he just want to work. You know what I mean? Don't let nothing to stop you from your dreams. You know what I mean? And the more you do that, the more tunnel focused you are, the more you can't let nothing stop you from achieving what you want to do. I feel like if you that much focus on something you want to do, can't nothing stop you. And you can't stop talent. And talent is always nice to have, but if you got the talent without the work ethic, you still ain't got nothing. How many people can be somewhere on the side of the road, can sing their heart out? People can hear them, but man, you can sing. Or I don't know how many videos I've seen on the internet of a guy that's homeless or just doing bad in bad shape in life, but man, they got a mean talent. You may see somebody that's a street artist that can do spray paint. I just seen a video yesterday. A guy paid a dude $50 to spray paint his luggage. And, oh man, he made it like a, a painting that could go for $50,000, $100,000. This guy was so good, but he on the street, doing pictures on people's property. You know what I mean? Dude could be having art shows, art galleries. So, I mean, it just depends on your work ethic and where you want to be and where you know you're going to be. I think that has something to do with it too. You look at Muhammad Ali, he was telling everybody he the greatest. And slowly but surely, he showed everybody he was the greatest. And now when that name comes up and somebody say the greatest, ain't no arguments. But this was the same guy that was telling you this. A winner is a loser who just tried one more time. I got to keep that in mind too. My Achilles heel was I felt like I was wasting my time. Once you feel like you wasting your time, you're like, but that's not it though. Every video I make, I'm getting better. It's repetition. Every like looking in the camera, making people feel more engaged when you're talking to them. You get better at this the more you do it, And I realize that now the break I took, it could have been, making more content and getting better at this. But like I say, this is a journey. And you learn along the way. I felt like I was wasting time when truly doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. And I know that. But, our greatest battles is that in our own mind, The mind is not a vessel to be filled with, but a fire to be kindled. I'm work in progress. But also, I'm getting it together. I'm getting it together, and what can I say? The content gonna get better because I'm working on myself also. And I don't need applause. I done got to the point where I don't need applause. The self love I got, self motivation. Not only that, but in the past, when I did rely on that, it shrugs your confidence. And when I wanted the microwave success, I had to realize that was totally the wrong way to go. You want to work hard for anything that you get. Nowhere in life, work, nowhere in life success comes before work, except in the dictionary, So you got to put that work in. And I don't need no sympathy. Sympathy right next to syphilis and symptoms in the dictionary. I don't need no sympathy. Put the work in. And so that's where I'm at. I'm finna put this work in. And welcome to Eddie's World. Now that that's out the way, welcome to Eddie's World. This is episode 6, failure is an illusion. Failure is an illusion. Ain't no such thing as failing. As long as you're working, you're not failing if you're working. Only real failure is not putting work in, sitting on your behind. Let me tell you, if you in bed and you roll over, decide to get up, but then you ain't got nothing to do, you ain't got no job, you ain't got nowhere to go, you ain't trying to do nothing with yourself, you might as well roll your ass back over and go to sleep. You might as well roll your behind back over and go to sleep, because you get 24 hours in a day. Be productive. Do something. You only get one. You only get one chance at this. And this mic is throwing me off. It's like once you have a mic, you can't even hear nothing without it. It enhances you, but at the same time, then when you don't have one, I'm pretty sure people looking like, "Hey, where your mic at? Where your mic at?" You know. It's good to be back. I'm happy and I'm in a good space. I'm counting blessings. We got a wild world though. We living in some hard times. Today is Wednesday, March the 12th. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that cold no more outside. We're in Dallas, Texas. Beautiful weather. Actually, Arlington to be exact. I'm about down the street from Texas Stadium. And I love it out here. Love it out here in Arlington. Work is good. Life is good. But the world is wild. And if you ain't, if you're not careful, the world can get to you. Politics, World War III, it can get to you. And well, let's just go and talk about it. Let's go and go there. Let's go and go there. There was a meeting at the White House with the President Donald Trump and Zelensky from like the president of Ukraine, right? My first thoughts on this was, man, he little boyed him. I ain't gonna lie. He little boyed him. And to tell you the truth, I'm thinking to myself, what is this guy gonna do when he get out this office? When he get back home to a safe space, what is he gonna say? Because he very quiet in this Oval office. He ain't saying too much. They kind of jumped him because soon as he tried to say something, the president was already saying. Then the vice president put his 2 cents in, and at this point they was jumping him. And the vice president made it clear that he really didn't like him. You know what I mean? And the president, he got his back. So, like I say, it kind of seemed like they was jumping him. But I mean, I don't know if y'all seen the little videos they got on Twitter and Facebook, internet, whatever, how they did the voiceovers. But the voiceovers will just let you know how Trump, little boy the dude, man. It's like you always begging for money. You always begging us for money. You want to go to war with your next door neighbor, or your next door neighbor want to go to war with you, with whichever it is. You ain't backing down. You ain't trying to have no peace treaty with them. You ain't trying to say, hey man, no, we don't want to go to war with you. We don't want to give you nothing. Like you ain't finna take nothing from us. But at the same time, we don't want no war with you either. You stay over there, we gonna stay over here. Because I made a video on this about, I don't know, a couple of years ago, World War III, and that's what it say in the title. Um, and I was saying, if two countries go to war, other countries gonna have to pick sides. If it spreads, other countries are picking side, and the beef grows, it'll divide the world. You know what I'm saying? It'll divide the world to where this side is like the east of the world is going against the west of the world. North is going against the south, with however you want to say it. But you got one half of the world going against the other half of the world. That's what it's all going to boil down to. And I keep saying, there's a movie called Threads. If you ain't seen it, it came out in the 1980s. And I feel like if this movie was upgraded right now, and they was to make a new Threads based off of 2026, it probably would be the number one movie. It would definitely be one of the scariest movies of all time, especially with the graphics and how they can make movies now. Somewhat of like the movie San Andreas. I don't know if you've seen that with the earthquakes, but the computer graphics they have now, if you take a movie like Threads, nowadays with the computer graphics, how they can make it look, oh man. The movie Threads is in the 1980s. It's straight up about two countries going to war. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of the movie, you hear all over the radio people going to grocery stores, shopping, living their life, but you steady hear there is tension between Russia and USA, and this could be World War, and it's just a few minutes into the movie, then it goes on. But also, there's a family that they're like, kind of zooming in on, letting you know about. But at the same time, you steady hear on the news about this war coming, and it doesn't take long, but it gets right to it. They start sending off nuclear missiles to. Man, I don't really want to tell the movie, but spoiler alert: Russia and USA get into it in the movie. Threads is about Russia and USA getting into an all-out war. No peace treaty, ain't no talking. They flat out its own site. But this is two countries. So what they start doing is they start bombing each other's army bases. Start sending missiles to the army bases. And that's like spread across the U.S. So you may have one in Virginia, it get bombed. You may have one over here in Arizona, it get bombed. But anything around it, it's messed off too. You know what I'm saying? And they also hit like energy grids to knock the power out. And I'm talking about the biggest energy grids. They bombing it. And nuclear bombs. So when these hit, everything in the circumference of it, everything in the like around it is gone. Everything. And I'm gonna tell you, you lucky if you one of the ones that get hit with the first bombs. You lucky. Because if you survive all the nuclear exchanges of bombs and missiles, you really got it rough. Because anybody who survives, they have to deal with the air. They're breathing in the chemicals and from the bombs and the nuclear explosions, all the dust and ashes and all this just nuclear environmental clouded foggy um toxic smoke, everybody just breathing this in. On top of that, everybody gets a starving, ain't no more food, everything is blew up. So basically it's torture. If you one of the ones that get blew up in the bomb right off the top, you lucky because you're gonna be tortured to death if you do make it. Anybody else that's still living, it becomes more of like I want to say like kind of like prehistoric survival mode. Um, every man for themselves type stuff going on, man. The world is all in shambles, you know what I'm saying? Day by day. To where pretty soon the whole world is gone. Like everything's a mess. And by the end of the movie, the people that survive, it's a few people that survive, but it really takes its toll to where life goes on, but the world, for the most part, ended. You know what I'm saying? And like, kind of like how like the dinosaurs was just wiped off the face of the earth, and then you have the earth all over again. Kind of like that same thing, but this time with humans. All the humans, most of the humans get wiped out. Most of the landscape, most of the buildings, the houses, cars, most everything is destroyed to where everything will have to be made over again. And it'll be somewhat a new world. In 2027, 28, everything would kind of be done over again. But imagine the graphics though. Imagine the graphics of the Empire State Building and all these buildings all across the world, how they could do a movie like that nowadays. Because if you've seen Threads, it was in the 1980s. They did what they could, but you know, they did what they could. It would be much better now, you know. Um, but it's still it's an awesome movie. Definitely, the story behind it is good. They don't have the graphics to do what they really wanted to show, so they had to say like you know, this many hours in. Okay, all of a sudden a couple of days pass by, this many hours in. Then the next day, then the next day. But you see how the world is just tearing up. And the world after a while, the world is just it's gone. So we look at nowadays with maybe disease like from like COVID that started. If you have World War on top of disease spread, and then too, with war comes there's no rules to war. That's why I really stress on like we don't need no war. These people need like peace treaties. We gotta. I ain't gonna lie. World War is scary. I ain't gonna lie. World War is scary. We don't need that. If you've seen Threads, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Some people call that the scariest movie of all time. Over it, over Exorcist, over any of the scariest movies you ever seen because this is some real life stuff. This could happen. World War III is real. I don't know if you ever seen the documentaries of World War II and World War One, but this would definitely be the worst one. And with World War, nuclear missiles, nuclear weapons that's been in hiding for for years and years, and all of a sudden you pull these nuclear weapons out, you really don't know what they're capable of. Not only that, but like how we had the COVID, what if one of these sneaky countries is so sneaky and so dirty and so foul that they make a virus just to be spread across to another country and try to wipe another country out that way? Wipe another country out with a virus, something that'll spread something like the Black Plague, like back in the day, the kind of like the Spanish flu. That's a bad way to take people out. You can have a disease and it take people out like that. Like I remember, what's the disease back in the day? If you caught it, you was throwing up until you basically died. Like you threw up for days. A couple of days later, you were so weak, so tired that it just broke down your immune system. It just broke you down all the way within days. And then ultimately taking your life. That's a bad way to go. That's a bad way to go. Imagine every hour you losing your breath. Slowly but surely, you just steady losing your breath to where pretty soon you're not breathing at all, or you know, dying in your sleep. Some would say that's the best way to go, but not if it's on some suffering terms. But yeah, I had to tell a few people, man, this stuff will get to you if you let it. But if you have faith and you know the Lord is on your side and you ready for whatever comes to you. You know what I mean? Tell a person, oh, you thinking about all these politics and what's going to happen with the world, and bro, you could die in your sleep tonight. So what's the use of worrying? You know what I'm saying? Just have faith that everything's going to be all right and follow your heart and not your mind. Because sometimes your mind be throwing you stuff. It's like a little devil on your shoulder. He just be whispering stuff in your ear. Sometimes it's not all good. The little voices you hear in your head, that's not you. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time, that's not you. That's, you know what I mean? That's why they say, that's why they had a little devil on your shoulder, letting you know that's not you all the time. Sometimes them voices in your head, not at all. You got to ignore them. That's why I mean total mental discipline. That's where I'm at now. That's what I'm trying to have more of. Because if you ain't mental discipline, you could try to be on a diet and still go grab that Snickers. You could be, you could have your workout. You want to get your workout on and get in shape, but you ain't been to the gym now day this week. You trying to quit smoking, and you ain't even stop smoking any less. Mental discipline is everything. You want to stop drinking soda, but every time you turn around, you're getting you a new Pepsi. You see what I'm saying? Mental discipline is. Some people ain't got mental discipline just to be a person of society. They don't even have a mental discipline of that. They gotta always fight somebody. They gotta always be in the back of the room mean mugging, trying to see who mean mugging them. You know what I mean? I feel like mental discipline is important nowadays. You ain't got no mental discipline, man. You bound to fall into what the world has for you. You know what I'm saying? And realizing that it's much more. You can get caught up in life and society and what everybody wants you to be. You ain't got mental discipline. But yeah, I made a video. I'm gonna say it again too. Speaking on World War III, you just gotta have faith because you could think whatever. You know what I mean? You can have 1,000 thoughts in your mind about this Trump meeting that just happened and what you think is coming in the future. But at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen. So just have faith. Like I always say, hope for the best. And don't always be expecting the worst. You know what I mean? Because I know we train the expect the worst of situations all the time. We quick to think negative. You may not even be trying to. You just think negative. You know what I mean? I noticed that. That's why you gotta steady force feed your brain positive messages and positive motivational speeches, and put some. You gotta balance it out. You know what I'm saying? We're accustomed to waking up, getting on social media, looking at fights, looking at people arguing with each other, looking at any kind of drama. You know what I'm saying? But you have to balance it out. You have to also throw in there motivational messages, stuff about mental discipline, stuff that'll help you out. You know what I mean? Knowledge. The brain ain't. The thing about the brain, you can't never put too much knowledge on it. You ain't never too old to learn something, and you ain't never too young to teach something. So only a fool knows it all. A wise man will always want to learn more, but only a fool think they know it all. So we got shit. Every time I touch this thing, cord it takes my mic out. You can hear it too, so like I say, you can notice when the mic is out. But you know, I'm not gonna sit up here and make a schedule this time, because last time I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it makes you look bad when you don't be consistent. That's what I feel like. You say you're gonna do something, do it, because people, your word is your bond. That's what people go off of. You know, people don't know you, so they get to know you off your word, and consistency builds trust. So when I say I'm gonna do something, I want to do something. I don't want to tell y'all something I'm not. So from here on out, Eddie's World is back. I'm not gonna say what day it's gonna be here, because, like I said, I'm gonna be putting a lot into this. It's making me a better person. When you have goals, tie yourself to goals in life, not people. When you tie yourself to goals, it brings life so much more meaning. And people come and go, but when you tie yourself to goals, it really gives you more meaning of life, and specific goals that'll stretch you and push you, and make you realize the boundaries that you didn't have. They say have goals in life and aim ridiculously high. So if you fail, you'll still be over the. So if you fail, aim your goals ridiculously high. So if you fail, you'll still be above other people's successes. Sometimes your goal ain't even meant to be reached. It's just to push you and grow you as a person. You see your progress. Like I say, the most successful people they don't even notice it. Like, the most successful people are not looking for success. They just have a mean work ethic. They have a mean work ethic, and they have a goal that they follow with their heart, and it don't matter who applies. It don't matter. It don't matter who applauds them. Oh my gosh. Oh man. That's what I'm saying, man. Life is always going to throw stuff at you. Life is always going to throw stuff at you. But if you wait on opportunity to do what you want to do, you'll be waiting forever. If you just steady have an excuse on when you're going to do something, you'll be waiting forever. So, hey, let me finish the rest of this without a mic, because the mic seems to always go out, you know. But at the end of the day, man, you don't need nothing to do what you want to do. Sorry, don't have a mic now, but like I say, it's always something, man. And the old me would have just cut the video out and just said, this video is over with. I don't have a mic anymore, so let me just cut this video out. But no, you just got to keep going, man, no matter what. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. But we back. I'll be coming at you once a week with Eddie's World and having topics to talk about. Today was World War III, and me simply saying I'm back. It's okay to take a break, but don't quit. It's always too early to quit. And the brain is like a computer. It needs consistent upgrades and updates. And that's where I'm at now. I'm going to be working on myself through the week. So by the time I stream to you all, I have a lot of stuff to talk about and, stuff on my mind mixed in with things from the real world and news and stuff like that. Wrapped all into one. And I'm going to call it Eddie's World. And this is Eddie Steady 214. I appreciate you for watching. And hopefully I'll fix this piece of crap mic by the next time you see me. It shouldn't be messing up, though. I don't know what's going on, but I'll definitely have it figured out next time you see me. And if I tell you a duck can pull a truck, hook them up. I'll holler at y'all later.